Hey everybody, it's Lagdemon here from Lagdemon Craft, and got a little project I'm going to work on here today. I think what I want to do is fix up this cow farm a little bit here so that we can farm it a little more easily and bring the drops down into, or bring the baby cows down into the base where we can get their drops, and we don't have to worry about how many we've got up here. We'll keep a stable amount. And so the way we're going to do that, I've already kind of started on it here a little bit. The way we're going to do this is, oh crap. The way we're going to do that is, oh great. That's just great. You die. And okay, lovely. Yes, I have creeper griefing turned off in my region over here that I created because it was just really driving me crazy. And I know that seems a little cheaty, but it is what it is. I really don't like creepers. Anyway, what we're going to do is I'm going to hollow out underneath this. I'm going to put fence posts underneath these guys so that when we breed them, the babies will drop down there. We'll have a water flow coming across, going down to a water flow in here. There's a drop down there. They'll drop down into more water, flow along and down into my base where we can pick them up. And I got to eat. So let's get going on this, and we'll make it happen here. Oop. And then after we get this kind of at least started, some of it done, I'll take you over to the plot world and show you a bunch of contraptions I've been making over there. We're gonna not probably build those here in this part. We're going to build those at our new base, which I don't think I've shown you yet. So I will. This is our drop area here. Darn it. That's the drop. And I lost that grass down there. So we got to widen this out to the width of this. And yeah, I'll continue on with this, and we'll get this all fixed up. And then I'll bring you right back, or we might do a little time lapse of my doing this. I'm not sure. We'll see what happens. So I'll talk to you again in a few seconds, or in a few minutes if we do a time lapse. Put a torch up here. Okay, and there you have it. We have our farm fixed up, I think, here. We'll come down here and see what's going on. There's our baby cows. And when they grow up, oops, I made a mistake. They can get out. Not good. Knew I forgot something. There we go. Okay, well, a few escaped. Not a big deal. No sense in you hanging around. So now we just got to let them grow up. We can feed them a little wheat here if we want them to grow up faster. I think, yeah, there they go. They're picking that up. So, and I think that's it for this this little bit here. And I will this video will probably continue on, but I got to get set up for a different project. So I'll see you probably in a few seconds. Hey everybody, it's Lag Demon here, and we're over in the plot world. Yes, the creative land where we can build whatever we want to build, and you can have a plot too. All you have to do is join the server, come over to the plot world, and claim an empty plot. I'll show you how that works before we get started here in the other things that we're going to do. And yeah, let's get going. So the way you claim a plot is you find one of these plots that has a white border around it, such as this one right here. And all you do is type slant plot me claim, hit enter, and it will be yours. As a new user to the server, you will be able to claim one plot. And then we're going to have some additional rules for getting more. I think we may set it up so that you can purchase plots not with real money, but with server money. You also get additional plots if you donate and become a VIP and so forth. So, anyway, let me show you some of the stuff I got going on here. This is some of the things we're going to build at my new base, and I'll just walk you through what's happening here. This first section right here is a potato farm made with a villager. Inside that door down there is, it's a little hard to see him through here, another villager. And between him and that door is a hopper minecart that goes down into this dropper system and to this item elevator. So what happens is when the villager comes out here and farms, he sees this as a village because of the door, and he comes out here and farms. When it gets nighttime, he runs in there and he encounters the other villager inside there. The other villager, however, has that hopper minecart in front of him and can't leave, and he can't get to the villager, but he can throw potatoes at him. And when he does, they're picked up by the minecart, hopper minecart, drop down here into this item elevator where they go up, and they go across this hopper chain to here. They are picked up by this dropper, thrown into this water stream, and funneled over here to these two villagers. These two villagers are part of a villager breeding system, which uses these doors and this villager to form a village that it thinks needs more villagers. So these guys breed, and you can see there's a little baby there. He'll eventually wander into that water stream and work his way down here into here where he will grow up. He'll stand down here or bob around in that water until he grows up. When he does, he will float up this and come out up here. And I did this just to be kind of fun. I don't know if I'll do it up high like this when I do it in survival mode or not. It takes a lot of extra resources, but I just thought it would be fun to elevate them up to a high level. Plus, well, I kind of also elevated them up to a high level to encounter this guy. If I turn this off right here so that this minecart sits there, it doesn't pick up any villagers, and a few will accumulate up here, and when they do, I believe, and I'm not sure it's the right distance, I have to figure that out, but so far it seems to be working. They will stop breeding because he will encounter them and see them as extra villagers, and that he's got enough, and they won't breed anymore. So it's kind of a way of shutting the thing off and not massively breeding large numbers of villagers. When a villager drops into the water here, it's picked up by the minecart, comes up and over down here into this villager trading system. And the villager trading system has an ejection system, which you can push this button right here. The villager drops out, and he comes over here and comes around, is ejected from the minecart and pushed off into that hole right there by that piston. And that's it. That villager is gone. Off to live on a farm somewhere. Yes, that's it. He's off living on a farm somewhere. I've also built this array of furnaces is a design by Tango Tech. It uses sticks to power it, and I've got some command blocks here just to throw sticks in, and it uses a minecart which travels around. Once it picks up a sufficient number of items, it should kick on and travel around. Is it going to go, or is it broken? Is it broken? There's lots of stuff in there. They're not being picked up. Well, now it's broken, and I don't know why. Perhaps it's something to do with the minecart. I can't even access the minecart. So we'll try putting another hopper minecart in there. Minecart with hopper. We'll just throw it on the track here and give it a nudge. Let it go. Get back into position. There it goes. Now it's working. Should run around there and light them all up, and it did. It picked up enough items to fill all of the things. But I don't care for the fueling system for my purposes. It was great for what Tango Tech did because he wanted to power this thing by sticks. So I set up a little bit different one. I'm using this same mechanism here, which was shown by Tango Tech, and I'm not sure where he got it, but I built this other one over here, and for my purposes I like this one better. It's just in a straight line. It uses fewer hoppers. It only uses one row of hoppers underneath, one in the back and one on top. Pretty straightforward. It has two of these mechanisms to launch the minecart across. One for the items on top and one for the fuel over here. And then I added some additional fanciness to it here with some item elevators and some hopper chains. So all you have to do is throw in fuel into here, items into here, and it should have sufficient fuel in it. So let's get some items. We'll smelt up a bunch of gold. How's that sound? We throw the gold in here. We'll see it'll travel around, and it should start very shortly here, traveling up through this. Traveling up, there it goes. So it's traveling up through that. It's coming up here. It's going into there, and there goes the minecart. But it only lights up. It only lights up a few furnaces initially until it kind of gets going. Then it hits a few more. Not quite sure why that's happening. Might be because of the rate at which the items are coming in. It may think that it doesn't have enough items, and so it's taking off a little too soon. But it does fill them up eventually. There they go. And then the items, when they're done, come out here. And we'll see that happen there. There they go. So that's the furnace. And then I also built this iron farm. I'm going to see how this is doing. It's pretty straightforward iron farm. A number of different people have done these on YouTube videos. I don't recall which one I saw it on now. I just kind of built it from memory. But there's the iron coming through. Look at that. We got stacks of iron already, and it's just been a few hours running. So this is the iron farm. The way this works is these villagers here and those doors form a village. And they form a big enough village to warrant a golem. So every once in a while, an iron golem will spawn either here or in that spawn area down there. When they do, the water pushes them off into the fire. And I have not put a significant item collection system on this yet. I'm going to bring it out to a storage system that I'm going to build on one of these plots around here. Probably right over here. I'll build a big storage and sorting system. I'm going to build a couple different kinds. So I'm using these to kind of plan out what I want to do. And here is the let's make it daytime. Here is the cow farm that I built in survival. Well, I turned my existing cow farm into this style of cow farm where you feed them and they come down and they drop down into a box of some kind. It's rather short here. And so, yeah, the first part of this video should have probably been me building that farm there. This is where I kind of planned it out. So that worked out pretty good. And yeah, that's kind of it for what I've got going on the plot world. Let's head on back to spawn, and we'll take a look around there. So we've done a couple of things since last I made videos. We've built a couple additional worlds. If you're not familiar with this, what we had before and have had all along is a PvP world. You go through this portal, you can go there and you can PvP, you can build bases, do whatever you want. You can use the claim system there and claim an area, but people can still attempt to break your claim in some way. Basically, in the PvP world, everything is legal. It's kind of the Wild West, right? You just go there and you take your chances. If other players come and steal your stuff, well, then they come and steal your stuff. Here on the main world, that behavior is not allowed. In fact, PvP is not allowed here at all. Trying to get back up here. Here or any of the other worlds, only in the PvP world. But in the PvP world, it's just an open Minecraft world. You can do whatever you want there. We also have the plot world where we just were. You can go in there, you can claim your own plot. We now have some mob grinders. Now you'll notice it says $500 there. That's not real money. That's server money. And you get server money by growing crops and taking them down here, selling them, mining materials or whatever. And that big board down there has a bunch of signs on it where you can sell things. And that's how you get money. And when you get enough money, you can come in here. And so we'll go take a look. This is the first mob grinder. There are going to be additional mob grinders down here. For doing different things. We haven't completed building those yet. This is all blocked off down here, by the way. So you don't have to worry about like falling off or anything. You can't go through here. All of these are blocked off. So we'll head on down here and I'll show you how this mob farm works. So this mob farm here is for skeletons, zombies, or witches. So you choose the one you want. You want skeletons, you click that button, and then you come over here and you turn it on. It says here, spawner on, off. Turn it on. All the lights go out in there, and the spawner begins spawning skeletons. Then you got to have yourself a good sword and wait for them to come down. I got to eat. That was all that mob fighting I did earlier. Have yourself a decent sword of some kind and wait for them to come across. You'll see them come across up there and drop. They drop down here to one hit damage. Hopefully a few die on occasion, but most of them fill up here. If you let it fill up too much, there is this entity cramming issue. That is a one block space in there, and that's done on purpose. No more than 25 entities can be in a one block space before they start taking damage and dying. And that's done to prevent the server from getting swamped with huge amounts of mobs that are left in a place like this. So you can let that fill up with some mobs, hit them with a decent sword, you get XP. And you can come over here also and get drops. There's quite a few in here now already because I've been testing it. You can come and take whatever you want out of these. If somebody leaves some behind, I see it looks like somebody's been taking some redstone. That might have been me, actually. And I don't have room in my inventory to take any of this right now. But yeah, if it's empty or whatever, just kill some mobs and for a while, and go collect the drops. If somebody leaves something in here, it's fair game. I'll tell you that. If you come here and you kill a bunch of mobs and you leave all the stuff in the boxes and somebody else comes and takes it, oh well, they paid to get in. When you pay to get in, you can take whatever is in the boxes and you can use the farm. In fairness, also PvP is not allowed on this world. If somebody's using it, come back later. What we're going to do is set up a credit system where if you leave within like the first 5 minutes of coming here, that's not working yet though, but we want to get a system together where if you leave within the first 5 minutes or you don't activate the farm or it's already activated, the one you want to use, if you leave within the first 5 minutes, you'll get your money back. So we've got a few other issues to work out with that. But yeah, right now it's just $500 to come in. Hopefully it won't be so busy that you'll run into that issue. If you do, you can contact one of the ops or admins and talk to them. So I think what we will do now is head back home. Shoot, I got zapped back. I gotta wait for the rubber band to do its thing. Okay. I think we will head home now and go check out our cows and see what's going on. We bred a few cows, and we'll see how many we got here, see if they've become adults yet. Oops. Nope, they're still babies. Okay, well, that's probably because I was away and this wasn't loaded in. So I'm going to AFK here for a little bit, and I'll bring you back in a few minutes. Or actually, it'll be like a split second for you. And here, it looks like our cows are all grown up. So we'll give it a try here. And that was that. And what do we got for a take? We got a little bit of cooked meat. That's because of my sword, and a bunch of raw meat and some leather. So that worked out really good. How did Torch get in there? Must have dropped that in the hopper. So that seems to be working pretty good. I'm going to go get some wheat and breed up the cows, and we will move on to the next project.